is that accept your child.
Yeah, no child.
Yeah.
The same.
I mean, yes, no child is the same. And be contented with what God has given to you. You kind of, you see, some people, they'll start, I think when I was young too, I faced such a thing. Like, I had my mom, I had to correct that though. My mom would say, is that no child along the streets?
Yeah.
Why are you like this? And I'm like, go and adopt her now. So period is because if you go there too, the parents of that so-called child they are comparing, they'll say, go and look at so child too.
Yeah.
So I know it's a battle of comparison, but parents, be content with what God has given to you. If you want your child to be better, there are other ways to make your child better. You know, even the so-called person you're trying to compare him or her to, we are all imperfect persons. It's just that we've decided to hide our imperfection and all that. You know, thank God for the beauty of life. And then also children, open up to your parents. I mean, they love you. I know that there's this, you know, generalized that when we're all growing up, our mom is very hard. I don't want to, you know. But I have come to understand, I know as I grew up, even though I used to have that mentality also while growing up, that my mom is very hard, or my parents, this thing, are you sure they really love me? But really, when I grew up, I mean, as a grown-up child now, I've come to understand that there is nobody that loves you like your parents. All things being equal. I mean, there is nobody that can hold your back. There is nobody you can cry to. There is nobody you can't call me at 1 a.m. It will be very odd. Yeah. But you can call your mom and say, mom,
just a flash.
A flash. So you have to come. Every child out there have to have that settled in their heart that their parents, even though they might seem to be very hard on you, but it's to your advantage. Just that they might be doing it in the wrong way. So before you go out there and seek for an external help, try and explore the internal advantages that you have. Try and speak up with your parents. If you speak up with them in one way and they're not getting it, try another means. You know, as when I was growing up, I always said when my mom is reacting, I also react. And you know, she's angry, I'm hungry, and the whole nobody's even hearing each other. You're not hearing me, I'm not hearing you. You know, everybody is all concentrating. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. But later on, my dad told me, say, it's fine. Conflict is normal. Why don't you go when the whole situation is calm? At least at that point, both of you can hear yourself out. And then that's communication. Communication is not, I'm talking, you're talking, I'm talking, and everybody. So, and since the moment I tried to explore that means, and you know, before you know it, my mom and I were in good times, and even my parents and every other person. And that is what has worked. So if you tried one mean and it's not working, your mom is not getting it, try another way. And then thank God, we have father and mother. And both of them cannot be angry at the same time. So if the mom is angry, try daddy. So that's it.
Okay, last one before we leave the studio. We have a child that is being compared constantly with his siblings, his own sibling. And it has bred some, I don't want to use evil feelings, but let's say unwanted feeling in the child. How can such child cope? How should such child undo
such a thing?
The siblings' relationship without straining it?
All right, thank you. That question is quite, it's deep. I'll call it that way. Because it's like, what is the coping mechanism after the bad has been done? But I want you to think like it's a difficult situation. So don't let me paint it as, oh, don't worry, you get over it. Yeah, God loves you, that kind of thing. I know it's a very difficult situation. It's a situation nobody wants to be caught in. I think number one thing is that as that child, you need to be very sincere with yourself. And that's doing personal evaluation. So at times, you know, one of my recent, philosophy of life, or one of the things I've learned to, my principle rather, let me say that, is that I have stopped viewing criticism as the person hates me. And the moment I stopped looking at criticism that way, it changed my life. It changed the way I walk. You know, there are times my boss just call me and say, oh, if this is bad, you know, and I've done all my best. It changed it. And it has helped me across board. So when people are saying something about you, calm down. Stop seeing criticism as a person hates you. It's just the way of the person wanting to get better. But it might be that the person is not saying the best way you love it. So calm down. Do a personal evaluation. Look at what they are comparing. Why are they comparing you to that person? And why don't you look at why don't you look at what they are saying, irrespective of how they said it? Look at it. Maybe you're actually constantly doing something that is wrong, and why don't you look at that person after doing a personal evaluation and look at what they're actually pointing you to? I know a seed of jealousy has been sown. Why don't you walk up to the person? Do it afraid. The best solution to hurt is to love.
Yeah.
If you want to correct a bad thing, is to do good. You cannot make a bad good by doing more bad. So, you're already 18. So what do? You love. You force yourself to love. So I remember someone coming to me last week to ask for an advice. And after the whole discussion, I told her something. I said, I'm sure you know the right thing to do, but you just need somebody to push you to make choices between two decisions that you have, either going for the wrong. But I told her that you really need to do the right thing, even if you have to cry while you're doing it. So even though the seed of jealousy has been sown by your parents, unintentionally, I think loving your siblings will surely pay you, and it will even at the long run pay the family. So walk up to your siblings, let's help each other. Nobody is perfect. There's something they are doing right that you need to catch up with. Why don't you just ask them? Why don't you ask for help and make the whole family love? Because that is when family can actually thrive.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I had a great time. I had a great time discussing this topic. It's been a wonderful time in the studio, and I'm very sure we've been able to pick some important information. If you find yourself in situations whereby you are feeling some type of way with your siblings. So we'll be drawing the curtain on today's show for today. If you've not yet subscribed, please do.
Please subscribe.
Yeah. like
and
share. I want to say your comments too on this particular topic.
Yeah.
So until you see you next episode of TV Tutu. Bye and have a great day ahead.